Now, we were talking Gonzaga, and maybe they're not getting the respect that they deserve, possibly because they're over in that WCC, and a lot of people look at the strength of their schedules thinking maybe they shouldn't be a #1 ranked. Do you agree with that, Jack?
I don't buy that at all. I think it comes down to the fact that, they were willing to take on people in their non-conference schedule. They did just that. There are times that you have to look as a committee and say there were a lot of big schools that avoided playing them because they didn't want to lose. I think if you look at the quality of the West Coast Conference, St. Mary's in the tournament. They won the first round already. That's a good conference that they're in. And the eye test, in my opinion, they pass it.
Yeah, Jack. I mean, they have very good players. They have 2 legit NBA prospects and Pagos and then Kelly Olynyk. I mean, so they're a legit basketball team. You don't get to be #1 in the nation and you're not a good basketball team. The NCAA doesn't make mistakes like that. But this is a confident team in Gonzaga. They know how to play. They're well coached, and they're going to execute you to death. I tell you what, if you leave any of those guys open, obviously they can shoot the 3. And the thing about Olynyk at 7 feet, he can take you inside, but he can take you outside as a trail spot and also make 3-pointers. So the thing about this team is they're a very good team. They're well coached. If you make mistakes against them, they're going to make you pay.
All right, well, we're waiting for the tip-off of Butler and Bucknell. That's coming up next here on TSN2. This little fan already getting into the food, even though the game hasn't even started yet. She'll obviously
we gotta get her a Wendy's Baconator.
We need to get her a Baconator and some poutine.
That's part of it.
Jack. Butler, Bucknell, coming up next on TSN2.
And I tell you what, this is a game tempo. Butler's going to have to increase tempo to be successful today.
Yeah, Jack, I agree. I mean, it's rare for a Brad Stevens coach team. You're talking about a coach who's from Butler, has led 2 teams to a Final Four, has a very smart team. They're going to execute you to death. He reminds me of Flip Saunders with this huge playbook, all these plays, but
comparison.
They execute them.
Yep.
They really execute their plays. But the thing about it, that scares me about them, their guard play, and you said it. Butler, you look in the past, they've always had good point guard play. This year, they don't. If you can turn them over and make them run up and down the court, you can beat them. But right now, if you let Butler dictate the pace, run their offense, execute, and leave them and get open shots, then they're going to run you out of the gym.
And Butler's had some really big wins so far this season. They beat Indiana. They're a team who beat Gonzaga, so they have knocked off #1 seeds. Do you count out a coach like Brad Stevens at all?
Not one bit. And we were talking about Gonzaga before. I think Gonzaga and Butler deserve a lot of credit because they'll play anyone that will be willing to play them, and they've had quality wins. And quite frankly, that's how you build your program. You build up your schedule, and kids want to go play there because you're going to take on all comers. And I think he's done an incredible job there. And at the same time, they got their hands full today with Bucknell.
Certainly. You don't count out a coach ever like Brad Stevens, do you, Sam?
No, I mean, 2 Final Four appearances at Butler. I used to live around the corner from Butler, so the school is only that big. But the program is built, and he recruits good players. The thing I like about what he does, he finds players that fit his system and his style of play. First of all, you got to be smart to play for him. Second, you got to be able to shoot the basketball. And that's the thing that's rare for him, not having that true point guard that can run and execute his offense. But I tell you what, there's no more mid-majors when you talk about Gonzaga and Butler. These 2 are major programs.
Well, we'll just have to see. There he is, Brad Stevens and company taking on Bucknell. Let's send it over to Iron Eagle and Jim Spinarkle.